prophets I've met in my life, they've gone on to be with the Lord. But they all went young. Usually, it's very rare for God to keep prophets for long, because he sends them to change something and he takes them. This is a reality. Prophets don't stay long. Why he does that? Because he knows why. This man was so profound. He was a man of intense worship and purity. One day, one of his sons, who took on what he has more than the other disciples he had, and this wasn't his biological child, he would come to the meetings late. One day he came into the meeting late and the prophet was upset. He said, "You are coming to the meeting late because you don't understand who I am." He took off his shoe, hit him, and says, "Now you'll know who I am." Hit the boy. The boy fell down into, he had an outer body experience, went to heaven. Wow. No, went up. 30 minutes later, he came back to himself. He got up. The man was changed forever. He said, "Now you know." That man, to this day, I know him, he's one of my friends. He holds, he used to hold, like in Kenya, we call them, here, chai inaitwaje, flask? What do you call it here? A thermostat, a thermos, not thermostat, a thermos. Because the man never really ate much. He never ate any meats. He just ate greens and he loved tea. Tea was his thing. So the guy would hold the thermostat for him. The thermos, thank you, sir. The thermos for him. That until now he has a burn on his finger because he used to hold the tea, the thermos for him. He would start sending him on missions. Let me show you how powerful this man was. He sends him to a countryside to go and preach. And warn, there were some clashes that were coming in Kenya. And he sent him to go and warn some of his members in the country to tell them to move because clashes are coming. So he was sent to go and pray for them. So he went to one of the families and he was speaking, but the woman was a devout member. Her husband was on and off, but he was a drunk. The man was an officer too. So the young man came, spoke to them, and then the husband came back drunk. He took out his gun and said, "Young man, you want to take my wife?" He says, No, sir. He chased him out of it at night, kicked him out of the house. So the young kid is now walking, and then thugs show up to rob him. And in the country, they don't rob you with guns. They rob you with knives and machetes. What dangerous place. While they came to rob him, the prophet appeared, grabbed him by the hand, flew with him about 8 miles, and then dropped him. And then he disappeared again. So the young man was dropped close to one area where his family members are. So he went and slept because he thought, like, he could not put it together. So in the morning he went back because his stuff, he just wanted to know because he had no shoes because those people are taking things from him. He went back to that place. He found his belt, his shoes, his wallet in the same place. So he takes his stuff and he goes back. When he gets to the prophet, the first thing he says, "My son, I'm sorry. The anointing I carry was enough to only move you 8 miles. If I could, I would have brought you back." Y'all play with these dimensions of the spirit. The man was dangerous. Let me show you another miracle that this guy did too much. In fact, it was crazy the things he did. He's in a place called Kisumu in Kenya, in the country. He's in a place called Kisumu. He's doing God's work there. They call him, "One of your members whom you love so much, their son just died." The son was about 13 years old. "He has just died." He said, "Don't bury him, I'm coming." Now, if you know, traveling from Kisumu to Mombasa, where these guys are in the coast, it's a long time and the roads are not good. And it's not like this guy was flying. It took him 3 days to get to that house where they were. When he arrived in Mombasa, it is the 4th day he went to their house. The boy is decomposing, but he says, don't bury him. Leave him in the room, I'm coming. When he got to the house, he told the mother, people are mourning. He says, no, stop crying. Can you make me porridge? So they make him porridge. He says, thank you, it's not for me, it's for the boy. He goes inside the room, carries the young man's corpse that is already like inflating, right? Because the body left out, it starts swelling. He takes the young man, sits him on his lap. He says, my son, drink. Puts it in his mouth. The young boy wakes up. May you receive the power.
I receive.
This man was different. He even told them the day that he was going to die. Yeah. It's not you. You think about death the wrong way. That's your problem. The man was dangerous. When I met his brother, who carries what he carries, because his brother wanted to meet me, he gave me his prayer robe and he gave me a horn that he prayed and anointed me with. Was Sunday, I will pray for you with it and I will